Welcome back to this module. Today we're covering how to properly set up your coding environment on the Raspberry Pi so you can code efficiently and avoid headaches down the line. Let's get right into it. First off, let's verify if you have Python installed, and you can do that by just typing in Python 3 space -- version. If the terminal shows a version like 3.9.9 or whatever, that means Python is installed. And if you don't have it installed, all you have to do is run the command sudo apt update and then run the command sudo apt install python 3 pip is crucial for managing Python packages like numpy, requests, and etc. Typically, the Raspberry Pi would come with an IDE such as Thonny, which is pre-installed. It's great for beginners. It helps with syntax error highlighting, creating folder structures. They help with organizing your code projects, and layout that I suggest is if you have a folder called projects, then inside projects you can have project 1, you can have project 2, and you can have other folders you want, such as shared resources. Consistent organization would help reduce confusion and helps with backups and version control. And also always try and use descriptive names such as temperature sensor project rather than just temp1 or project X. It's easier to visit this old folder and just know what you've been working on. When it comes to file management, the best practice is to keep your main script separate from data files. For example, in your project 1 folder, you can have app.py, you can have your requirement.txt, you can have data where you store your captured data, and then you can have logs where you store your captured logs. When it comes to installing and going to configuring and installing Git, the commands that we'll be using is sudo apt update and then sudo apt install Git, and then git config global user.name, which should be your name, and then git config global user.email. You'd be putting in your email here. This ties commits your identity so you know who made what change. For the basic workflow of how Git works, git init initializes a repo in your project folder, git add followed by space dot stage changes, and if you type in git commit followed by a -m, and then you put in whatever message you have initial commit, this would commit stage changes with a message. If you want to take this further, you can link it to GitHub for remote backups. And you might be wondering why even use Git. The benefit of Git is that it tracks changes over time, allowing you to revert if something breaks. It also makes team collaboration a lot easier when it comes to merging code from different contributors. Setting up a virtual environment. Virtual environment helps with isolation. Each project can have its own dependencies without messing up system-wide Python packages. Also helps avoid version conflicts for different projects. For creating a virtual environment, first cd to the project that you want. In our case, if it's project 1, that would be cd project 1, and then type in Python 3 followed by -m followed by venv followed by another venv, and then once you type in source space venv bin activate, your terminal should now show venv once you run it. For managing dependencies, install requests, the request library, and to get that, all you have to do is pip install requests. This requirement.txt file helps you replicate the same environment on another machine. Awesome, now your environment is rock solid, Python is installed, you have an editor configured, projects organized, version controls in place, and virtual environments to keep things tidy. Thanks for tuning in to this module, can't wait to see you in the next module.